Whew. I don't know if you can see out my windows, but this like little sleet ice. I don't know if you can hear that. When I do my windshield, it go over ice. I'm probably going to keep them on because it's icing up. Roads is really slick. I got all my work done early. Got my walking in. Got everything done early. So, let me introduce myself. This is Big Pontiac, also known as 8Wind, also known as Starface, also known as Time Lord. It's probably my oldest representation. So as I come to you today, doing one of my daily responsibilities that I've always enjoyed. I've always enjoyed taking my children to school. Always enjoyed that. Hey, Lobo, what's happening, man? Yeah, we getting some nasty weather. We are getting some nasty weather. We had the storm Tuesday, and it's supposed to not. It's supposed to kind of die down, but right now it's pretty slick. And like it's the side streets, the main streets. Hey, Barbara, there she is. Oh, joy to you and the family, Barbara. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad and joyful to hear from you. And I guess I'm gonna start by bragging. I'm gonna start by bragging. So, went to the doctor today. I've maintained my weight. Before I started playing pickleball last May, June. Since last June, I've lost about 30 pounds. I mean, at one time when my 10-year-old daughter was born, I weighed 280 pounds. When my ex was pregnant with her, I weighed 280 pounds. And that's when I was going through the plantar fasciitis. And that I don't wish that on anybody. Plantar fasciitis feels like someone sticks a knife in your foot. I mean, it generally feels like a knife is in your foot. So, tired of this fake support for Ukraine. Nonstop rain for 2 days, flash flood warning. Wow. I'll say this, Greg. To me, I still see Wag the dog. I have not seen actual street fighting. You got reporters over there, and you telling me reporters ain't watching them street fight? I want to see a cannon like Fury, cannon blow up a building. We ain't seeing none of that. So it goes more into, Wag the dog. And I'll get into this. I don't know if y'all watching the stocks. Like Bitcoin last week was up to 42. This week it's like it got 36. So it took quite a hit. Ethereum lost. Don't call. No, that's just the waking one. I'll probably do a reading for her. So now what was interesting, gold went up over 1900. Now, right before I left the house, it was down $20 back to 1888. Silver was still around $24. So, again, you get raw silver, it's a pretty good bet. But gold, again, more steady than Bitcoin. And the thing about it is, if you own gold jewelry and you see gold go up, your jewelry is worth more. So that's why it's kind of getting gold is kind of a great investment, especially gold coins. I know Super Sly said he had a few gold coins. Okay, I'll call her. Plantar fasciitis. Oh, that shit. And you know where it comes from? Like they say, new shoes. So I'm not really sure how I got it because, I always rotate shoes. But I thought the way to cure it when I first felt it, and I went out and bought them. I don't know if y'all remember the Reebok John Walls, the original Reebok John Walls. The shoes felt good, but new shoes are the worst for plantar fasciitis. That's how a lot of people get it. Because just the way the shoe ain't broken in, I didn't know it. It was like I could play, but as soon as I quit playing, I couldn't walk. I mean, I could walk, but I couldn't like walk, deeply. And they did everything, all kind of therapy, and nothing really ever cured it. That's why now I get orthotics. And as I said before, when I first started playing pickleball, I was wearing Ritchie braces. And the guy who makes the braces just gave me the hardest time. He said that I don't see where that's going to help you. He had made another brace for me that did the same thing. It stopped the shock on my Achilles. And that's what the Ritchie braces did. I ripped them up. You can't move great side to side. But as far as what I felt was healing to my foot was the Ritchie braces. But my blood pressure was 118/70. I'm still 6 foot tall. You know, I was probably 6'1.5" at my tallest. So, maintain it. I'll get all my blood work and all that back in a week or so. So still maintain it. So that's cool. That's cool. And like, I'm not anti-vax. They gave me what was it? The shot you get where if you cut yourself with steel, they gave me that. So they gave me that today. So, it was positive. That was positive. I've had my same doctor. And this is what you got to understand is if you have children, you have a family, it is important to have the same doctors for years. I mean, so you can study these people, It's funny, the pressure of getting the shots wasn't as thick as when I saw her before. It wasn't as intense. So I'm like, She's like, well, I think you can do this and whatever, but it wasn't as intense. It was more relaxed. Because again, I told her, I had it. She's like, oh, I had it back in around Christmas. My son gave it to me. So that was positive. That was very positive. But I would say, what's going on? It's like, okay, this is what you got to watch. Right now, if you look at the money, they're saying they're cutting off money in England. They're cutting off money in America. They're saying these major banks that they are able to cut the money and freeze the money. Remember, they did Kuwait like that at one time. Froze his assets in America. Where'd that money go? Where does that money go? When they killed him, where did that money go? See, they never explain that after they freeze certain countries' assets. They don't say what happened to it after they freeze it, because we know it ain't gone forever. So that's how you see it's one organization. They may want you to think that this is a one world thing, but this is one organization, really. Again, they ain't showing any street fighting. They showing smoke. They showing civilians. That ain't street fighting. All the cameras around, you cannot put a camera that shows them street fighting. Because they was talking about a helicopter hit and they took one of the major bases. And once again, where are the rockets? Where are the tanks? Like they said, they sent paratroopers in. This is your major base. You know how they can take advantage of supplies, attack planes, attack helicopters, but supplies. And you don't fight tooth and nail for it. Now, when I left, they said there was a counterattack to try to take it back. But I'm saying in the beginning, you didn't anticipate this. This is why it makes me think wag the dog. How can your military not look at something and say, this is a priority, this is a priority, this is a priority? How did that not happen? How did they not put the most troops in strategic places? That's why I didn't understand when they was doing maneuvers and blowing bombs. Again, start attacking. Why would you wait? What is the difference? You see it coming, so why not start attacking? We gave them millions of dollars worth of armament, so why no attacks before? Why would you wait? Why would you wait to be attacked? I don't get that. Another fear-mongering tactic. Yeah, absolutely. Another fear-mongering tactic. Yeah, and the stocks is doing that. The stocks was down. What was when I left? 1,400 points, I think. The NASDAQ, something like that. So it's panic. The money is panicking. They want you to panic. As I said, gold did pretty decent because gold got over 1,900 today. So gold took a nice little dip. But again, Bitcoin took a hit. So, you have to move when it moves. That's all. Because Bitcoin, that went back up to 42 last week, I believe. Again, I got it written down somewhere. Like, dude, one of the trolls said, I'll never talk about the stocks and shit. That is a way that they build wealth. As I mentioned, coins are a great investment. I've been buying gold since I've had this ring for 30 years, and even before that, like when I was a young man in my 20s, I started buying gold. The coins used to be like 400 at one time, and then the coins went up to 500, and now them coins is freaking worth 1,800. You got an ounce coin? I got a bunch of them I bought years ago when they was 400 or 500. I was thinking this shit was expensive when it went up to 900. When gold went up to 900, that seemed expensive. And now you got it 18, it was 1880 something. So again, all the gold just keeps moving up. It only lost $20. It lost $20. Now, gas today, now this is what's interesting. I got gas at the casino. You know, I live by Mystic Lake, the big Lakota casino. And one place where you first hit, like it's an off street. Well, it's the street to go into the casino. You pass the casino. There's actually two. There's a big giant casino hotel, and then there's just a small casino. And so as I went past the first place, the gas was $3.50, $3.52, $3.52. So I was gonna pass it and go to Speedway where I get at least 3 cents off. So I go to their next same. This is their gas station. I go to the next place. It's $3.25. I was like, why would you want to undercut your own business? So I was like, I went right in there. I was like, yeah, I'll take this $3.25. Now I've got Sam's Club. I need to go out there. I got to yeah. I can't take that call right now. I'll call her in a few minutes. So, I mean, this affects everybody, but I said this before. When gas was at 88, 89, I was wondering why it wasn't, $3.50 then, because the math didn't add up at times per barrel. The math just wasn't adding up. And remember, it was minus per barrel not long ago. It was minus per barrel not long ago. Now, everybody wasn't traveling. No, they lying about this shit. This war is about hiking up the money, and I'm telling you, it is going to turn into a benefit for Biden. That's what this thing is going to turn into. It is some kind of way. I don't know how he's going to do it, because they're saying the next thing is the cyber attacks of us. But it is going to benefit Biden. And now, keep in mind what they did in Ukraine, martial law. Martial law. You don't think if there was a cyber attack, they wouldn't issue martial law here? I mean, what do you think the lockdowns were? What do you think the lockdowns were? You don't think the lockdowns was martial law? The lockdowns was martial law, technically. Now, I know people may argue, if Nick Taylor watching, martial law is where, if you got enter to both streets, is checkpoints, in the streets. I understand that. I understand. That's the extreme way to put it in. The lockdowns was a test for the real thing. Oh, indeed. And like, that's why, all the preppers and stuff really ain't bad. I had to pour out a bunch of water and refill them. I mean, shit, you could take this fucking snow. Well, it ain't pure as it used to be, but you could take this fucking snow. Shit, when I was a child, we used to make snow ice cream. Put vanilla in it or chocolate in it and put it in the freezer. So I would say, don't panic. Pay attention. Pay attention to the weather. Pay attention to everything. Pay attention to everything. And I had to bust out the stingy brim. Nothing says 60s like a stingy brim. And then this is that lamb. You see how form-fitting the difference between lamb and leather. See how it's form-fitting? Prison poses. I used to crack me up. All the fraternities would do prison poses. The dudes from DC, prison poses. But I started talking about the wrap of, I have, since I've had children, I enjoy taking them to school. I enjoyed getting them ready. I enjoyed putting them on the bus. And it's funny how my boys would like, you had the back of the cereal box. They like, let me see. And then they get mad and still mad because Pop-Tarts, cinnamon. I'd only buy the cinnamon ones because those are the only ones I like, but I didn't eat them. Like I only bought red Kool-Aid, and I drank tea at the time. And they hate it. My son said today he won't drink anything red. But that's, again, Kool-Aid is poison because it's not the Kool-Aid, it's the sugar, the raw sugar you put in it. Again, you try to... It's like I am the first generation where they bombarded the cereals with sugar, because up to that point, there was zero cereals with sugar. Wasn't until cornflakes. And then a thing like Captain Crunch, which was one of my favorite. But again, it's, like Cheetos, people are addicted to the hot Cheetos, and hot Cheetos is really not food. If you look at it, it's really not food. And now they put the hot spice in it. It's now Funyuns. Another thing that really you look at it, it ain't really food. Diet Pepsi with that aspartame in it. You know how addictive that is? I got two women that all my whole time knowing them, they've drank that shit. My whole time knowing them. My brother and I was talking earlier about, you know, how people would go to work and take a liter of Mountain Dew. I mean, I'm sure y'all know people take a liter of Mountain Dew, drink that. You know how much sugar is in that? Full of salt. So, you know, this is just how these were attacks. You know, the sugar, the allowing, because I think up to that point in 61, maybe 63, I don't think they were allowed to put a sugar, I think it was a sugar limit. And then, you know, the same FDA they was just talking about, it's a limit. You know, it's just put much sugar as you want. I mean, some of these cereals is ridiculously sugar. And this is the thing that I hate about cereal. You know, like Fruity Pebbles would literally stick like concrete to your bowls. Like if you didn't rinse the bowls out, this cereal is sticking like concrete. What is this? Imagine what it's doing in your stomach, your intestines. This thing that will stick to glass or pottery, you know, where you know it's almost cement like, and then you eating that shit. So, but like Gatorade used to taste like salt. I mean, Gatorade been around for a long time. Like when my father coached football in the late 60s, maybe, let me think, I was in third grade. So yeah, 60, 68, 69. Trying to think when they won champions, when Covert won the state. Must have been 70. Yeah, because Covert won the state in 70. And they used to have Gatorade then, and it tastes like salt. It tastes like salt. Like when I was in high school, we played football. You know, we got as much water as we wanted. We had a water horse. I go to A&T, and it's hot every day, 105, 106, all day, all night long. And we getting drinks, not drink as much as we want. We was actually just getting breaks to take that nasty shit and not really replenish ourselves with water. And now what it tastes like, it's sweet. Wasn't sweet when they came out with that shit. Hey, Derek, yes, the Hero Twins. Powerade got noticeably sweeter than it used to be. You know, I was trying to think of when Powerade came out, there was another one that came out at the same time. And Deion Sanders used to be the spokesman or whatever, did their commercial. And I can't think of the name of that drink. It came out the same as Powerade because Gatorade had both beat. Like Gatorade came out in the late 50s, early 60s. So Powerade didn't come out until probably the 90s. But when Powerade came out, it was another one that came out. It's not around anymore. I can't think of the name of that. Franklin Saint got to deal with it. C.I. Reed again. Yeah, I watched that last night. I did a little bit of breakdown. I mean, again, the breakdown again is trying to be like the mafia, you know, going legitimate off these, you know, that, you know, laundering money. But it's a copy of so many other movies and TV shows that it's not original. You know, the dope dealer wants to go legitimate. That's the same thing as The Godfather. That's the same thing as Superfly. You know, you saw the same things in Superfly. And like that Len Bias shit, you know, like if you really was there when Len Bias, and that was something I know where I was at. Like when the Challenger blew up, because I had met Ron McNair, but when Len died, I mean, that shook me because up to that point, he was the best basketball player I ever saw. I thought his potential was greater than Jordan. He was a bigger dude. He had a natural jump shot already. Jordan had to develop that. But Len was so much more of a rounded player, a great defender, a great shot blocker. And it crushed me, you know, to see that. This beautiful dude. But if you really looked at what they showed you, it was, I'll say he was attacked. Whatever he was given was different than the other dudes. And I'm mentioning Don Rogers' name. Don Rogers played for the Cleveland Browns. I think he was number 22. And his brother, both him and his brother, his younger brother, both played pro. But Don played for Cleveland. And I want to say it was the old Cleveland before they left. Yeah, because it was in 86. So yeah, it was still the old Cleveland. So I say that just so you understand the times. And as I mentioned, Janis Joplin, she had extremely high potent heroin when she died, something you couldn't buy on the street. As I talked before, medical heroin, or excuse me, medical cocaine, like when my son, that was the way to make money off it, was doing surgery on the eye. But it's a liquid, it's a blue liquid. It comes in a blue liquid. And they said Elvis Presley used to have access to this shit. And you would just dip, a Q-tip in it and just go up the nostril like that. As I said, when they was taking a twig out of my son's eye, the lady looked at me and she said, technically you own this. That's what she told me. She said, technically this belongs to you. She said, but we can't give it to you. Because it was like they only used a little bit of it. But so that, and again, I'm already predicting the girlfriend is going to get kidnapped. I'm already predicting that. And we saw that in Paid in Full when they took the little boy. So the girlfriend, the pregnant girlfriend, is going to get kidnapped. I would say kidnapped before murdered. Wanda, they keeping her around. I'm not sure where they're going to put her. But I like the way he dealt with them two people. I like the way he dealt with them. Because again, a fiend ain't thinking straight. A fiend will tell on you. And then the other dude, it tried to show you the paranoia of the way he shot the dude. Like when he shot the dude, that was a paranoia. He shot him pretty much out of paranoia. More offended than normal. Because technically, and really it was like that. It was like if people didn't pay, you don't get down. Yeah, it was two of them yesterday. All Sport. Thank you, Untimed Purpose. All Sport. Yes, that's what it was called. Thank you. Untimed Purpose came up with it. All Sport. That came out when the other one we was talking about came out. I'm having old timing. But yeah, that came out at the same time as Powerade. All Sport. Thank you. I could not think of that for nothing. All Sport. Right. That's the name of it. Thank you so much for giving me that. So it's nothing new. Again, Huey P. Newton's character should be in there because he was a vulture backed by the CIA. But I like that they showing you the government involvement and attacking, like the two dudes that got killed. One thing I'll say is they showed the European fiends, the Europeans that wanted the coke. I kind of understood that part. I was like, but they're not showing the day-to-day on that. They was kind of showing the day-to-day how it affected the hoods. They wasn't showing day-to-day how it was affecting the suburbs. Because I watched it, how people was affected, being big, nice houses and everybody, if you had it, everybody is like following you or waiting for you. Is like that really the weird kind of anxious energy. So interesting. It was interesting. It was interesting. I watched both of them. I think I taped them, but I watched both of them. I watched Resident Alien. I think that's what it's called. Resident Alien. That shit is so funny. Great writing. It's on Sci-Fi. And then the other Goofy Girls, Something and Something Save the World. They goofy as hell. But Resident Alien, really good writing, really good humor, Okay. We do that. Yeah, about 8 minutes. The girl's gonna be here, and then I might be on midnight tonight. I'm not sure, iffy, and then I'm moving tomorrow. I'm moving around tomorrow, so I might do a show where I end up. I'm not sure. Have to see. Have to see how intense situation I'm going to. But that's all right. It's cool to travel with people out. With good people and they need me, so we'll move around. My son was gonna go, but he ain't gonna go, which is cool because I need somebody to feed my cats. Because I got enough hard food to last them, but I've got soft food too if they run out. So forgot to get toilet paper. So he better shit lightly. But I'm kind of glad, I hate just leaving the crib like that. And there's none of these places where I live have ever been broken in or nothing like that. But You know, this is intenseness of living in a winter climate, you know. And this is nothing really like if you study winter, if you really study, hey, Moray, what's happening? If you study winter, you know, winter is just really a continuation of the time of the glaciers. This is a continuation of glaciers. And I understand. I mean, do you think that, you know, you see, I didn't say believe. You think that, yeah, that's what we've been talking about. We was talking about snowfall, but again, you know, I think that stuff is all. I think all of that is wag the dog. I really do. Show us some street fighting. Show us some cannons. You know, hitting where people live. Show airstrikes. I mean, really, you know, you talking about this is war. That's what war is. You know, war is all that. Airstrikes, bombs, civilians getting killed. You know, during World War II, what they say, upwards of, like, they want to talk about the Holocaust got killed. World War II wiped out the most civilians in the history of Earth. Something like 6 to 12 million civilians got killed. Not even that many soldiers got killed. Hell, I think 1 million soldiers out of America got, no, let me see, 1 million served. It was less than Vietnam, so it was like 40,000, I think. Out of 1 million, 40,000 died, I think, in World War II, because Vietnam had more deaths. But civilian casualties, it was just made no sense. I wonder if this is wag the dog, you know. I wonder if this is wag the dog, Moray. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, what the Japanese did to the Chinese, you know, that one place where, you know, the rape and massacre of a city with 200,000-300,000 people, and you just launch these people up. First they bombarded with cannons, and that's where China was weak. I don't think China had a navy, but at one time China beat Russia back though, so that's kind of confusing that they didn't fight the Chinese better, because they beat Russia in like 1903, 1904 when they fought the Sino Russian War, whatever that's called, the Sino something. So why they gave in to, you know, and they fought them back. Chiang Kai-shek and Mao, they joined together and they fought back, because Shek was backed by the U.S. Mao eventually backed by the Soviets. Them peoples, really. Them peoples is behind Russia. Now, ain't nobody gonna say that. Them peoples is behind Russia. Because Russia, them peoples invented communism. Look at who invented communism. It's them peoples. Not the Jesuits. Them peoples invented communism. As I said, Stalin, Lenin, Trotsky, all of them Jewish faith. All of them. The Bolsheviks, Jewish faith people. Gold is going up. Stocks and crypto down. Russia hurting U.S. economy. Sounds like fake. Exactly. They ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got nothing to do with our economies. It's not real. The Russian army has been there and said they never left. I don't doubt that, Nico. I don't doubt that. That does not surprise me. That does not surprise me at all. So, but as far as our energy going crazy, shouldn't be. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, what was allowed in Germany? They allowed them mongrel Jewish faith folks to brutally rape Germany. It was allowed. It was allowed by Eisenhower, really, because he held Patton out of Germany like that, where Patton could have went in there and stopped all that rape that these mongrels did, these Jewish faith mongrels, the Bolsheviks. You can't tell the difference between Russian and Ukrainians unless you ask. I'm not surprised about that. I'm not surprised about that. That doesn't surprise me at all, because they said part of it is with it. You know, part of Ukraine was with them. So, you know, that don't surprise me at all. And saying our economy is flip-flopping, our economy should be doing better because we holding their assets. We're holding their assets, so how ain't our economy doing better? How you gonna lie We got enough gas in mountains that would never run out, already barreled. They talking about we're going to, you know, the strategic reserves, we're going to release a little bit of it. Where's these girls at? So, you know, that's some crap.
Hi there. The fifth graders aren't back from their field trip yet, so if you could go over to the other parking lot, that'd be awesome. Sorry. Thank you.
Shit, these people had a heads up on the damn weather. They could have canceled the field trip. Talking about they ain't back. I mean, it's slippery as fuck out here. I already been waiting 20, 25 minutes now. They telling me I got to wait for another whatever. This is some bullshit, y'all. This is some bullshit. But I must admit, this all-wheel drive, shit. That's why I don't get these people that got cars and ain't got all-wheel drive up here. Because mostly everything I'm riding by got it. Okay, this car don't. Well, maybe 4MATIC. Yup, that Mercedes does have it. So this sucks. All right, seatbelt. There we go. I guess I'll talk a little more. Shit, I don't know what time they're going to get here. This is bogus. This is freaking bogus. Where can I see? I'm going to park over there where I can see. Because I don't know the difference between the activity bus. But shit, I'll sit here until I got to move. There we go. Put it in drive. Let me see, I'm sorry. You think we should be worried about cyber attacks? I mean, if cyber attacks happens, it's gonna be from, you know, it ain't gonna be from Russia. You know, they try to tell you that this is the most protected and everything. Where who just got hacked? One of the businesses recently just got hacked. Damn. I ain't even driving. The car's in park, stupid. Why are you going off? There's got to be some kind of mistake. So I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be bad time to have food, have water. You know, up here it gets cold as fuck, but shit, we can make it. Hell, my grill, I got a barrel grill. Shit, if I got a bunch of wood. You know, we'll burn that shit if we have to. I kept these stairs my goofy sons had for that precise reason. It's a lot of freaking wood. And I just bust that shit up, throw that shit on my grill and shut all the vents. And it'll heat up about 600 square feet. So that's the best we could do. You know, protect yourself. What is the best investment in these times? I do like gold, as I said. Oh, there they come. I think this is them. Let me see. Yeah, this is the fifth graders. I don't see my daughter though. And they're gonna send her ass to the gym. Don't see her. But this gotta be them. It's a bus letting students out. There's Piper. Piper! 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 Well, they told me y'all was parked up there, and then they told me to. Yeah, okay. They're gonna send them to the gym or something, though. Yeah. And I didn't see my daughter. I missed her. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna go in there and get their ass. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go in and get them. Oh, but up here, ain't no mask up here. Ain't no mask up here. I don't blame Putin. I wouldn't want missiles on my border. Yeah, that's good. That's, you know, that shit with Turkey years ago. China, well, see, that would fuck U.S. because I would give them two fronts to battle. China attacked Taiwan. U.S. gold could hit 25 to 300 ounce. There you go. And again, it got high. Gold. I like gold because it's gonna be pretty steady. Gold ain't gonna never go down to like it was. 1,000 was a good deal. 1,000 used to be a good deal, but I remember gold was actually when I first started buying gold. I want to say it was 300. 300. I want to say at one time that I remember in my buying lifetime. That was like 80, 81. So, because I remember my grandfather bought a bunch of these gold rings with the fire agates. I think he paid $25, $30 for each one. And these is gold. This is hand work. I mean, that's all hand work. You know, these little gold strands. And my grandfather probably had 30 of these. This is the second one he gave me. Actually, I end up having 3 from him. So, well, looks like I'm gonna have to walk into the school. So, this is Big Pontiac. Responsible Daddy Hour. I gotta go be responsible Daddy Hour by going to get these girls. So again, till we meet again, might be on later. I have to see if I'm get everything packed. I might be, but until we meet again, say less.